So last year I meet this cute guy and we exchanged numbers and said, why don't we go to the beach, I'll grab us a couple sandwiches. We meet up on the beach and just immediately jump into this awesome conversation about like life and Oprah, which is all flirting to me, but I realized it might not be for him, so I start testing it out. This was not a date. And so I realized, all right, this might not be love, but he got himself some free therapy, all for the cost of 2 sandwiches, and I also got an idea for a show. All right, Evan, well, thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you for having me.
And so what sandwiches did you get for us today?
I brought turkey sandwiches, because I love turkey.
This is your favorite?
It's my favorite.
Well, thank you. Anything particular that you love about turkey? You got any story? Or
no, I mean, just like growing up, like my dad just always made turkey sandwiches for me for lunch, and I was just like, whatever, this is my gig now. Growing up, like my parents they always talked it out. Like anytime me and my brother had an issue, they weren't really the yelling type, but they always like talk it out. But my mom, if I did something wrong or Jason did something, she was like, you go first. You know what I mean? Because she's all about like the defense strategy.
That's a strategy.
So as an adult, I've now done the same thing. If I have to have a talk, so I was like, you know what? You go first.
Okay, I'm gonna use your strategy then. You tell me why we're sitting here. You brought some sandwiches, so I'm here for support. What's up with you?
So I had I dated this guy back in like 2017, and it ended really awkwardly. Like he was seeing someone for like 2 months behind my back, and I had to find out through a friend. Get out of here. And
wait, hold on. So you guys were dating, and then for a couple months he was seeing somebody else?
We were dating all of 2017.
Got
and
it.
Then like, I guess, I found out in January, but I guess during November and December he met someone and was seeing this guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that was not any part of the arrangement?
No,
it wasn't open.
no, because my friend was at a party and was like, this guy was going around telling everyone that blank was his boyfriend and wasn't you. And I was like, huh?
That's very public and gutsy.
Very public and gutsy. So my friend called because he's like, what do you want to do? I was like, call my ex, my ex at the time. And so he called him and was like, hey, I just left a party and there's this, so-and-so is telling everyone that you and him are together and it ain't Evan. So what's up with that?
What's up?
And I will never forget this, because he had him on speakerphone. I will never forget this. He said, well, I was going to tell him eventually. And I'm not even being hyperbolic. I lost it. Just like devastated. I couldn't believe someone who I like fell so madly in love with. And I thought loved me could do that to me. You know what I mean? It was so hurtful. I just didn't even want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't really want to talk to anyone. Just kind of like removing myself from life. And it was just like, and I didn't know how much this would affect me. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's really the thing. It's like, you don't really know what's going to affect you when it happens. It's just like, oh, life just threw me a curveball. You know? For me, I interpret it as, if someone could do something so hurtful to me, then that must mean that they're hurting on the inside themselves.
Yeah. Totally.
And it took me a while to actually.
How did you get there? Because obviously when that first happens, that it stings, it burns, it hurts so much because it feels like it's about us.
Yeah.
But then you were able to get to a place where you could not only depersonalize it, but have compassion for the other person. How'd you do that?
A lot of life lessons, a lot of just realizing that. Because, like you said, like at first you think this is about me, it's about me, it's about me. And then you realize this isn't really about me.
Yeah.
It happened to me, yes. Like we're not denying that. But like I said before, it's like this person is clearly hurting themselves, and I don't think they've made peace with a lot of their past. I've learned to understand that our emotions should only be a guiding light. It should not be a destination.
Oh my God, one of my favorite quotes goes, feelings are like children in a car. They shouldn't be driving, but they also shouldn't be locked in the trunk.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, right?
But it's true. They're important, but we're not trying to have them make the decisions.
And so many people just, and that's another thing. I don't want to like cement myself in this like victim mentality, because I don't want that to be my narrative. Yeah, like bad things are gonna happen to all of us, like you, me, everyone. But that doesn't mean that's who we are at the end of the day,
Totally, yeah.
So.
Well, I think that's, again, it's just so hard, anytime that we're kind of like having some heartbreak or, the kind of the rug gets pulled out from underneath us, to be able to, just at a baseline in whatever way we're able to, actually be able to check in with ourselves, let ourselves feel whatever we need to so we can move through that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, finding a way to depersonalize that and also, again, to have compassion for the other person is something that's so liberating for us. It's not justifying what happened, but practicing forgiveness is for us and it's not for them.
It's true. It's so true. Yana said that, Yana Van said, I was like, just feel how you got to feel, beloved, the voice and everything. Yeah, Deepak and Oprah said the same thing. So like a lot of those lessons I picked up along the way of just, giving yourself permission. We a lot of times, particularly in the LGBT community, we like to self-medicate, and that's it's we never want to dig to the nucleus of the problem.
Yeah, but so with that relationship that you were talking about, like that sounds like somebody who's maybe quite a bit wounded.
Very.
Do you feel? And I'm not like trying to impose anything, but do you ever question if there's some part of that, like your part of kind of maybe being attracted to some of that woundedness in a way?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so, because even prior to him, I think, subconsciously, maybe that's what I was, attracted to, of like, oh, well, like, I can fix them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like almost a sense of narcissism there too, thinking that we can fix everyone. It's like, no, sometimes people, they are just who they are.
Well, yeah, and it just kind of almost helps give a sense of purpose, right? It's just kind of like, I can help you because I know what's going on with you. I can help you.
Right.
But in a way that kind of breeds this negative shit for us, which is like, my value or my purpose is somehow integrated into what I can do for others, not inherent. So, I mean, for somebody who tends to be, quite aware of a lot, do you still find, or I guess maybe what do you still find has been maybe, I don't know, some like trip ups for you or sticking points or challenges just kind of in your own life still?
That's a very good question. Very good question.
No, I'm asking you, and I'm like, he's going to turn this around on me, and I don't know what the answer is either, so I have to think too.
I think to what we were talking about before, and to answer that question, I think we always have to remember to turn the mirror on ourselves from time to time. Yeah, and I think again, like trusting your own agency and just sort of checking in with yourself, I think it's beneficial for all of us. Like again, like you don't have to pretend like everything's okay if everything's not okay.
Totally, I agree. So how's dating going for you now?
Good. Yeah. Good. I have a boyfriend now.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's been like 8 months.
Okay, so what was the best strategy for you then coming out, obviously, of, a couple years ago of a relationship that was really kind of shit and one that is really going to compromise your trust? How do you keep your heart open? Because I feel like it's so hard for so many people to do that. Once you get burned, you tend to close up a little bit more, but you kept your heart open. How did you do that?
I'm so glad you asked that. So, funny thing is, on the first night we met, like first night out the gate, I told him straight up, and if you met him, he would actually tell you this. I said, I always want you, no matter what happens between us, if this goes nowhere after this, I always want you to put your happiness first.
Yeah.
I don't mind taking a back seat. I'll be second place to that, but I should only be an extension of your happiness. I never ever want to be the reason for it.
Good for you.
Like everyone should always make themselves happy first. Like everything and everyone should only be an extension of the happiness that lives within us.
Yep.
Just like ride the wave out and let the wave do its thing, and then the sea will be calm again.
Yep. I agree. It's like you try to fight that wave, it's going to pummel you.
It will.
If you ride it out, you're going to land back on shore. You'll
just
be fine.
Ride it out, y'all.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Totally. Got to feel what you got to feel.
Feel what you got to feel. Make peace with it. Go on with your life.
Yeah. All right, well, speaking of making peace with things, how about we just like dance a little bit of this off? You got a song?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. Janet Jackson made for now. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.